Like we still need that type of music. Like I feel like a lot of hip hop has made artists or people look at art in a way where it's like, that whole keeping it real term. Like, I can only rap about what my real life is or whatever. Even though there's always exaggeration, but we forget that it's an art form, and a lot of these young artists, especially in the drill genre and etc., feel like they need to be literal in their lyrics, where it's at the point where they're snitching and dry snitching on themselves on record, like it's cool, like it's keeping up a tradition or something. You know what I mean? Which is a straight facade. Well, not a facade on their point, but the whole idea of keeping it real has messed up a lot of these artists' life. Like, even when you think of this whole Young Thug and the Rico and YSL, and they've been trying to use rap lyrics against you in the court of law since the 90s, when somebody shot up somebody and they blamed it on Tupac lyrics. You know what I mean? That's why I love Dave Chappelle when he used to do those skits when keeping it real goes wrong. Remember that? When keeping it real goes wrong. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you have a whole generation feeling like keeping it real on records or songs is what gives you validity, what makes you, something important, when those artists you emulating or was inspired by was just doing art. Gangster rap was studio gangsters, as they say, right? Who was the biggest gangster rappers in the world? It was NWA in the beginning, right? Late 80s, it was NWA. But if you really listen to the album and stuff, yeah, they had straight ignorant stuff, but they also had political driven conscious stuff in the music. And when they did the gangster stuff, it was like a joke. Like Eazy-E was like, I'm not even a rapper. I'm just saying all this because I have the personality, people know me, and I can rap this, and people take it serious, right? And then if you ask, I seen plenty of interviews with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre said, yo, this is just entertainment. Like, if I'm saying I'm going to shoot somebody in the head on a record and you go out and do it, that's stupid. That's the way he saw it. I'm just entertaining. This is not real. This is just music. But unfortunately, you have impressionable children who don't have the real guidance, and they listening to stuff on repeat. And I bring that up because human psychology knows that repetition programs people, right? That's the difference between watching a gangster movie and listening to music. You might watch the gangster movie once, maybe twice in a month, but you listening to that same song 4 or 5 times a day for weeks. But imagine listening to a gangster album every day, 4 times a day. The album is like 45 minutes, 50 minutes long, so you heard it 4 times in a day. You heard it every day. Now you program with these thoughts in your head. Now, yeah, if you grown already, it's not going to influence you. But kids are listening to this, even with the explicit sticker, right? I will always tell people, like, the difference between, because people be like, oh, yeah, it's just music and it don't really do nothing. It don't matter. It depends on the parents. That shit is a lie, bro. This is why the media is so protected. This is why the media is so powerful. Because human nature is, or the human mind and psychology works, people copy what they see and they say what they hear. And I always bring this example up. How many times when you used to listen to the radio, you hear a song you hate, and then you notice you in the shower and you start singing it, and you like, why am I singing this song? I hate this song. Because the repetition in the program goes to the subconscious. Consciously, you hate that song, But subconscious is in your mind. It's going to come out your mouth. So if you couple that with a young mind that's not even developed, because they say your brain is not fully developed till you're 25 years old, and they listening to all this all day, all day, all day, and they thinking, yo, I'm not a studio gangster. I'm not fake. I gotta keep it real for hip hop. I gotta spit my life. And it's causing a lot of problems because you got this idea and you were influenced by artists who this wasn't their life at all. You influenced by someone who's living a facade, and you doing your best to show that you're accurate to your real life. And that's what's happening with drill music. Almighty words of Dave Chappelle, when keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I mean? Be an artist, have fun with it, embellish on it. When I listen to Eminem and I listen to Redman and they say, I jumped through the sky and I shot this guy, blah, 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 I know it's just entertainment because they're not trying to present it like it's real and serious. They're being jokish and they're being funny. Even Biggie was because this is a thin line between gangster and comedy. That's why Robert De Niro can do gangster films and comedy films and you still love him. It's a thin line. Like when Biggie says, oh, you better talk to him before he lose a part to him, arm, leg, like that's comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's a thin line. Like, you know he's exaggerating and it's fine because that's what art is. Let's not forget the art part in hip hop. A couple examples of the art part with Busta and Santa Gold and Tierra Whack. Even one of the biggest groups in hip hop, everybody praises, Outkast. They shows you the artistic part. That's my message to any artist out there that's on the fence or feel like they can't compete with today's music or they gotta, go to jail to be a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a rapper because I ain't doing nothing in jail. Like, all that, fuck all that. Live your life, bring it to people how you feel it, and embellish. Art can imitate life, and life imitates art, whatever the case may be, but art is supposed to be bigger than life. It's supposed to make you think more than just the normal propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. It's supposed to go against the grain. That's what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to say things everybody was afraid to say. That's been lost in today's music a lot.